NKTelco Sports welcomes you to Maria Stein, Ohio, where the new Bremen Cardinals take on the Marion local Flyers. This game brought to you by Minster Bank, Keyhole Pizza, 21st Century Kitchens, Elmwood Assisted Living, Schwieterman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental Care, NKTelco, Francis Furniture, St. Mary's Trucking, Cy Schwieterman, West Staff, Radio Hospital, Hometown Opportunity, Buckeye Ford, First National Bank, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. This is an NKTelco Sports production.
Gary Stelzer.
Can't hear you. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the airport here in Maria Stein, Ohio, where the Maria Stein is going to be taking on the Cardinals for New Bremen. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go into keys of the game. My name is Matt Everidge. We're here with Dave Helmstetter, and Dave, go ahead and go into the keys for the win for both teams.
Taking a look at New Bremen, one of the things they have on the mound, Ryan Berkey, one of the better pitchers in the area. Matter of Berkey being Berkey, getting ahead in the count as one would anticipate. Cardinals just want to do the routine plays, play some basic baseball and move on from there. For the home team, the Marion local Flyers, one of the things that manager Casey Witt said, he wants to make sure that John Schmitz gets ahead in the count, stays in the head of count, which always works well in baseball. And, of course, they like to also play some good, solid defense behind him. One other thing that he noted that's not on the board there is the weather conditions, the wind. A little bit of a breeze. Normally it's blowing out here, hence the name of the airport. But tonight it's just a little bit different, Matt.
Yeah, and the good thing with that, if you're a Marion local fan, you do have a pitcher on the mound that is going to bring in a lot of heat. So if you get contact with that ball, you can get one out of here. It's swirling out there in center field right now. We'll go ahead and we'll go over the players in the field right now. So playing right, we're going to have Matt Kalig. He's going to be the starting batter for Marion local when they come in to bat. He's going to be followed by the second baseman, Dwayne Lugers, then the first baseman, Cole Unrast, left fielder, Nate Moeller, catcher, Ryan Toby, pitcher, John Schmitz. We talked about him already. Kendall Bruns, he's going to be the DH. He's going to be batting for shortstop. Nolan Hobadaz. Nate Ungren's going to be your catcher, and on third is Ian Kramer. Top three coming up to bat right now is going to be number 2 right fielder Tyler Overman. He'll be followed by Tenkamp and Vanderhaar. First pitch in, called a strike. If you're just joining us, we're here in Marion local, opening inning, MAC play. It's going to be popped up. Looks like it might stay over, and it's gone foul. So quickly, the count's evened up at 1 ball, 1 strike.
One of the things, as we said right off the bat, Schmitz getting ahead in the count, and here he is, 2 strikes, throwing strikes to Overman.
Well, it looked like it is 2 strikes. It was 1-1 out on the board out there. Wasn't for sure what the ump called on the first one. Coaching today is Chad Wells for the Cardinals. They come in at 6-4, 0-1 in the league. He's been there 3 years. That's going to be a ball inside. His key to the win here, or not to the win, but for his team goal this year, they just want to go 1 pitch at a time. When you got somebody like Berkey, I think you can get away with doing that.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see Berkey pitch. That one there just a little bit high by Schmitz. Count even at 2.
I spoke with Berkey's dad during the St. Mary's game and really wanted to see the kid come there to play. I'm a local St. Mary's native myself, but he absolutely lit St. Mary's up. That's a deep one out to left. Going to be fielded. 1 out.
Number 7, Justin Tankman.
So Moeller with the catch out there, gets the ball in. We 1 away. Coming up now is going to be Justin Tankman, the second baseman. Where's number 7? No DH being used by the Cardinals tonight. Another one fouled right back. Hopefully that stays away from the van.
And my car.
Strike 1.
Marion Local lost a tough one earlier in the week in their only Midwest Athletic Conference game. Extra innings, I believe it was 9 innings. They lost to St. Henry on the road.
It's always tough when you get into MAC play. That's where you see a lot of these teams grab their first, second, third losses. A lot of competition. Minster traditionally one of the powerhouses out of the MAC. They're always in the mix. Quickly again, Schmitz is up in the count. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Umpire's calling time. I don't know. That's the second time we've seen that. Schmitz just a bit outside. Ball 1. Waiting on the pitch. Again, outside. Trying to get him to chase. Tankman ain't giving him anything.
Yeah, Tankman batting in that number 2 spot, a lefty, which is a lot of coaches like to have that left-handed batter batting second.
That's going to be inside. Take us to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the first, nobody on.
Schmitz got up to 2 strikes and 3 straight balls.
That's going to be ball 4, so 2 strikes and then 4 straight balls. So give Tankman a base on balls. That definitely gives the advantage to the Cardinals, seeing how their cleanup hitter is going to get a chance to swing. So Luke Vandehar, third baseman, number 21, up to bat. Again, ball 1 called, so 5 straight balls out of Schmitz after he came out in a real good position for the first 2 batters and just gave the second one away. Throw back to first, Unrast with a nice catch. Swing and a miss. Evens the count 1-1.
Vandehar had a pretty good rip at that one. About a waist-high fastball.
He had some bad intentions with it. Just a little behind. Another swing and a miss, so strike 2.
A little bit of a curve that time, and that kept Vandehar off balance.
So Schmidt again ahead. That's going to be fouled off. They're going to call it a strike. Looked like it came off the player. And they're saying he's out.
The cleanup batter, the shortstop, number 13.
Not quite sure what happened there. Maybe he touched home plate, but they're saying that was an out. Base runner advances. So that'll bring up Grant Shelby, number 13. He'll be playing shortstop when they take the field. Strike 1 called. That's going to be a single straight out. That's going to bring 1 around, so Tankman going to score. Give Grant Shelby a single.
Shelby just went right with the pitch, took it to right field. Nice line drive. Good jump by Tankman, who scores easily.
That brings up number 17, Ryan Berkey, the pitcher. I'd look for Shelby to test the arm of Ungren here on a steal.
That wild pitch on the strikeout, which is kind of unusual, really looms large for the first run.
So Berkey looks at the first ball. Standing out, getting the call from Coach Chad Wells. It'll be a ball outside. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out, or 2 out. 1 run already across. with Tinkman scoring. That's going to be fouled back off the bat. Takes the count to 2-1. I think if he could have had that one back, he would have just let it go high. I'm a firm believer it doesn't matter if you single or if you get walked. As long as you get on first base, that's where it begins.
Yes, Mitch's pitches have been up a little bit.
That's going to be hit over to right, and that's going to be out number 3. So give that catch to Matt Kalig, and that'll be 3 outs. We'll take a break here on NKTelco Sports.
New Bremen picks up a run at the top of the first. Take your lead, 1-0.
There's a lot of early mornings that go into 40 years of service, a lot of miles on these tires, and millions of pounds of cargo have traveled in these trailers. It's about dependable service, the kind of service that shows up 30 minutes early every time, that gets your products, cargo, and business from point A to point B safely, quickly, and efficiently. We are St. Mary's Trucking, traveling the roads of commerce in Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky. Men and women who produce the solutions that make your business grow, because the most important thing to them is you.
Marion local. We'll go ahead and we'll go out to the field and cover everybody that's on the field. So playing right field is going to be Tyler Overman. Second base would be Justin Tankman. Third base would be Luke Vondahar. Shortstop Grant Shelby. Pitcher Ryan Berkey. First base Casey Parker. Left field Bryce Blickle. Center field Caleb Alig. And it's catcher we're going to have Nolan Bornhorst. Coming up to bat, your 1, 2, and 3 batter is going to be number 33, Matt Kalig, followed by Dwayne Lugers, and then Cole Unrest.
We think on that in the first inning, New Bremen capitalized on that wild pitch on the strikeout. It was a strikeout, which batter is out, runner advances on his own risk, and he got to second, which then later set it up for the hit by Selby, who got the hit the right field and putting the Cardinals up 1-0. So the wild pitch, really the big play of that first inning.
Yeah, just losing control. It's the small things, especially when you got two teams that's pretty evenly matched here. I mean, this game could very easily end 1-0. So
should be interesting to see Berkey pitch here. You saw him pitch before, Matt, and my first time. I don't know what kind of pitcher he is, but obviously he's got some good stuff.
Yeah, he's got a real nice heater. Then when he goes to the changeup, you'll see the batter's way ahead of the ball, and then his curve is nothing to walk away from. I seen him put a St. Mary's player on his butt with the curve. I mean, he literally thought he was going to get hit, and he dropped. So Berkey with great control. First pitch, strike one. And second pitch in, strike two called.
That is a beautiful curve.
That is a beautiful curve.
That makes you want to bail in a hurry. That's all I can say.
The thing that interests me about Berkey is he will come out and he'll open with a curve, and that's going to be strike three called. So give Berkey his first K of the game.
The second baseman, number 23.
Sets it up with a curveball to the outside, comes back in on the hands.
Yeah, just all around good player. Coming up to bat now is going to be number 23, Dwayne Lugers. And it took St. Mary's a good 5 innings before they finally got contact with him, so hopefully Maria Stein can get on him quicker than that. 4 pitches, 4 strikes, so quickly strike one on Lugers. Berkey waiting on the sign from Bornhorst. Going to be even the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. I think most coaches, if they had a pitcher and 4 out of 5 pitches came across as a strike, I think they'd be pretty happy
They'd be
with
real
that.
happy. Yeah.
There's contact made, and that's going to be a single for Lugers, so give Lugers a 1-base hit. Ball will be picked up and thrown back in by left fielder Bryce Blickel.
Base hit for Loigers, bringing up the first baseman, number 6, Cole Unruh.
Number 6, Cole Unruh coming up. Unruh's playing first base today. Another left-handed batter early in the count. Breaking ball, called ball. If you're just joining us, the Cardinals scored 1 off of a walk from Tinkman, and then Shelby batted him in after he advanced on a wild pitch, and that's how we've gotten to 1-0. Berkey throws back to first, keeping Lugers close. On deck next is number 12, Nate Moeller. Swing and a miss.
Unrast was going for it that time. Full out swing.
I mean, I think it's the best way to go up against somebody like Berkey is to attack him. I mean, there's no sense in going up there and standing and looking. Base runner tried to steal there. Unrush swung, and that's going to be fouled back. Count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Say Loigers had a pretty good jump, too.
Again, waiting on the call from Bornhorst. That's going to be another nice poke right out to center, and it's going to be caught. They're going to throw it back to first, and this is going to be the first double play of the game, and that's
easy.
2
double
outs.
Play.
So quickly, a double play turn by the center fielder over to first, and that is out number 3. Cardinals leading here, 1-0. We'll be back after a break here on NKTelco Sports.
Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield, why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Schwiederman Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield, why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Schwiederman Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the surface, allowing you to grow stronger, healthier plants that root deeper, that are more resilient to the elements, that enable longer growing seasons, and can produce higher results in the fields and in your pocket. Trust CSI, your drainage experts since 1946.
As a business owner, do you find yourself reviewing too many applications, or are you the job seeker filling out dozens of applications in an attempt to find employment? West Staff has been bridging the gap between employers and employees since 1988. Jobs range from manufacturing and clerical to specialized fields such as quality control and engineering. West Staff has the ability to operate as your company's entire HR department or simply payroll employees on an attempt to hire basis. West Staff, your partner in business.
The airport, Casey Parker, number 20, up to bat. And
Just talking about the double play that ended the bottom of the first for the Flyers. A real line drive by Unrask, but we're not sure if whether it was a hit and run or if the base runner Loigers thought it was going to drop. I'm of the opinion that it wasn't a hit and run, that he thought it was just going to drop, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, he was definitely almost a third by the time they got the ball back up into first, so he had no chance of going back.
Unrust hit the ball too. That was a shot and a nice play out in center field by Caleb Alec too for the Cardinals.
Like we said leading into the game, you know, the wind is blowing from an opposite direction it normally does here. So having a little bit of an effect on the ball might be keeping it up a little longer than what you think. Counts now 2 balls, no strikes to Parker. Schmidt's looking in, swing and a miss by Parker. So if you're just joining us, the Cardinals scored 1 in the top of the first, and that's where we're at, 1-0. Their number 6 hitter up to bat now. That's a big swing and a miss. Evens the count 2-2. On deck is going to be Bryce Blickel, number 6, playing left field. That's going to be in the dirt, even the count full. So far we've seen good contact. And strikeout number 1 for John Smits.
With 1 out, the left fielder, number 6, Bryce Blickel.
So Bryce Blickel coming up to bat.
Through 6 batters, Schmitz has thrown 27 pitches. In that first inning, he had 21 pitches.
That's going to add up quick over 7 innings.
That will add up quick, yes. That's why Coach Witt says it's important to get ahead because, number of pitches, 21 per inning, that's quite a few.
That's going to be shot right up to center, and that's going to drop in. So give Blickel a 1-base hit. Setting it up for the number 8 hitter, Caleb Alig.
Number 9, Caleb Alig.
So number 9, Alig, the center fielder, coming up for his first at bat.
Blickel, nice contact there, right up the middle. Solid base hit.
And that's what you want, from your 7, 8, 9 hitters. If you can get one of those on, it might open up something for your lead.
Turn that batting order over.
First pitch in's low for a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, 1 on. Blickel holding close to first. Nice lead off. It's going to be a ball high.
Showed the bunt there.
I'd really be surprised with your 8 hitter if you do a bunt. I mean, with the 9 hitter coming up, that's pretty much giving up 1 out. But I have seen stranger things. It's going to be ball 3, so 3 balls, no strikes.
Schmidt's just a little bit inconsistent. This control, and like he said, when you get ahead, you look a lot better. But he's down 3 balls, no strikes.
Well, he's doing the exact same thing that he did in the first inning. He got the first player out, had 2 strikes on him right away, and then the next 5 pitches was nothing but walks. So coach going out, Casey Witt going out to give a little talk to his coach, to his pitcher. So we'll go ahead and we'll thank our sponsors: St. Mary's Trucking, Cy Schwederman, West Staff, Radio Hospital, Hometown Opportunity, 21st Century Kitchens, Elmwood Assisted Living, Schwederman's Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Keyhole Pizza, Minster Bank, Minster Dental, NKTelco, and Francis Furniture. Our scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank, Think First. Our Keys to the Game sponsor, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Salina, where the dealer makes the difference. And we'll have a player of the game sponsor for each team today. It'll be the Corner Cafe for the Marion local player and Speedway Lanes for New Bremen. So up to bat now is going to be your number 9 hitter, Nolan Bornhorst. Where's number 18? He's the catcher. First pitch in again is a ball. So Casey Witt's conversation with his pitcher, not what he wanted right away, but it's 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 runners on.
And bullpen activity for the Flyers, too.
It looks like number 22 out there pitching. That'll be Darren Hayes. I have him scratched, is not playing today, but looks like he might be warming up to play. Quickly the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 Bornhorst, then we're back up to the top of the order. It's going to be a chopper right up to the shortstop.
That could
and
be
it's
trouble.
a slow, and everybody's safe all the way around. So give an infield single to Nolan Bornhorst.
Just a chopper in the infield. Bornhorst with good wheels. Even with the runners at first and second, unable to go to force as shortstop charged it hard, but made the only play that he could, but Bornhorst beats it out.
So Overman up, and the bases are juiced. It's going to be a ball way high. Like you said, a little bit of a control issue from Schmitz so far. That's going to
Foul.
It's going to be foul, so that
Not
was
by much.
And that would have been close to bringing in 3. Out warming up now is Ryan Toby, number 27. So I was correct, Darren Hayes isn't playing today. There's 4 players scratched for Marion local today. Dylan Homan, Aaron Brunswick, and Derek Ruhnkamp, none will be playing today. Big swing.
Took a little off that pitch.
It'd be nice for Schmitz to get, for Schmitz to be getting a strikeout here to get himself out of a little bit of trouble.
Overman flew to left the first time up.
Time called. Still waiting on the pitch. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's going to be poked out. They'll be tagging at third. So tag bringing the runner in. And that was a nice play all the way around there by the Cardinals. He hesitated. I mean, it was a good throw and catch by the catcher back over to third, but the base running there was really nice by Caleb Alick. He just came halfway down, waited for the opportunity for him to throw it in home, and he went on running. So nice base running. All base runners advance 1 base. So now you got Justin Tankman coming up. He walked in the first inning.
Ball wasn't hit very deep to left, so it made for an interesting throw, but not in time.
And that gives 2 runs now for New Bremen. Main thing is Schmidt's got 2 outs, so all he has to do is just worry about the batter at this point. It's going to be a ball outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Tankman looking for a second walk if he can get it. There's a strike down the middle, nice pitch. Going to be outside. Takes the count 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on third and second. So put Bickle out on third, Alig on second. On deck is Luke Vondahar, number 21. That's going to be strike 2 called. Little inside from here, but give him the benefit of the doubt. Count is full. It's going to be popped straight up over to short. And that is out number 3. But more damage was put on the scoreboard. Score now 2-0. Cardinals lead the Flyers here at the airport. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors on NKTelco Sports.
The big game is right around the corner. Are you ready for it? Come into Francis Furniture and find the right fit for you and your friends in our Lazy Boy Comfort Studio. With Lazy Boy Premier sofa and sectionals, you can custom order a look that's just your style. Choose from hundreds of Decorator fabrics or choose genuine leather for its luxurious feel and durability. Come into Francis Furniture today, the area's only Lazy Boy Comfort Studio.
When you choose Radio Hospital for your wireless needs, you get 13 convenient locations, no waiting and long lines, premier service after the sale, and all the latest technology. With locations in Lima, Findlay, Minster, Kenton, Defiance, Napoleon, Wauseon, Bryan, and Archbold, we are right around the corner from you. Visit us today and experience the Radio Hospital difference. We are simply neighbors serving neighbors, providing a refreshing alternative to high-pressure stores. Radio Hospital is your Verizon Wireless premium retailer.
Welcome back to the airport, where the Cardinals enjoy a 2-0 lead. NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of high school boys baseball on Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503, Saturday, April 15th and Sunday, April 16th at 5 and noon. If you like what you're seeing and hearing on NKTelco Sports, it's real easy to become a sponsor. All you need to do is dial 419-753-5000. Ask for Renee Arnold, and you too can be a sponsor on NKTelco Sports. Coming up to bat's going to be number 27, Ryan Toby. We've seen him warming up coming in, so we might be seeing him pitching soon.
Yeah, Schmitz has struggled here in the first 2 innings. 47 pitches, a couple of walks, and down 2-0, and it could have been a lot more. 1 ball down the line. Another couple of inches the other way, and there would have been 3 runs in for New Bremen instead of just the 1 that they did get on the sacrifice fly. So,
I mean, he has been very fortunate. They only have given up 2 runs where very easily could have given up 5. So, good job staying in the game and just doing enough what it takes to get off the field. But number 12, Nate Moeller, up to bat here in the bottom of 2. First pitch in is going to be a strike. Nice curveball thrown out there by Berkey.
Got a pitcher like Berkey, gets a 2-0 lead. He's throwing strikes.
Oh, that's going to be he's going to hit one on the pitch there, so hit by pitch for Nate Moeller, and that's going to bring up Ryan Toby, number 27.
Curveball that just got away from him.
Center fielder, number 27, Ryan Toby.
Yeah, you have that here in the high school level. The main thing is to stay focused, work on the next hitter, and just put it behind you. Moeller already stepping off with a pretty nice lead off first. Bunts down, and it's going to go foul. So strike 1 called. That was really nice placement, though, there by Toby, putting down the bunt.
Flyers trying to be aggressive, trying to get something happening here, down 2-0. Get some base runners and see what they can do.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with playing small ball, especially when you're in the meat of your order. Just try to get 1 run at a time. 2 innings, you're right back in this game. It's going to be a swing, advance the runner. Ball dropped by catcher Bornhorst. And there's
stolen base.
Bringing him back. They're bringing him back to first. So it looks like there was contact made.
Really?
So no balls, 2 strikes. I didn't even see the swing.
I didn't see the contact.
So a couple weird things happened at home plate already, and that's going to be a ball in the dirt. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Moeller on first, being hit by a pitch. Ryan Toby up to bat. Berkey waiting on the sign. There's the attempt at the steal again. It's going to be fouled off. Poor Moeller, he's going to be out of gas by the time he gets to second base.
There is no doubt they are trying to have the runner at first get the second. They're very aggressive here, and that's one of the things Coach Witt had said. They wanted to try to manufacture some runs, and that's what they're trying to do right here.
Another contact, nice snag by the third baseman.
Boy, that was a beautiful play by
Vandahar.
Vandahar at third base. Gold glove play.
Nice catch on the line drive.
So out number 1 by Vondahar. Coming up now is going to be number 26, John Schmitz. See if he can't help his own cause here. Flyers finding themselves down 2-0, bottom of the second inning. There's going for the steal again, hit and run. Ball fouled back for strike 1.
Moeller's getting a workout.
I'm telling you what, that's 90-foot sprints that he's doing. That's probably more running than I've done in the last year.
Really?
Yep, sad to say, but yes, that's true. When I left the Army, I said I would never run again, and I don't run.
Especially 90 feet sprints, right?
Exactly. That's going to be a ball way high. Berkey losing a little bit of control on that curve. I think he's probably overcompensating from when he hit Moeller.
Well, he sat quite a bit on the bench there in that last inning, too. I don't know if that had an effect either.
It's going to be fouled off. Looks like it's going to be out of play, unplayable.
Right at the edge of that fence down there. And, you know, the wind, as we've said several times here, it's just kind of a tough wind. And first baseman there for the Cardinals couldn't quite get over there to make the catch. But Parker just battling the wind all the way that time.
It's a beautiful day out here, 64 degrees, game time temp. I mean, definitely get out here and support your local high school baseball programs. And that's going to be a wild pitch. So goes down in the dirt. Base runner finally advances. So Nate Moeller, for all of his hard work, he finally got over to second. Count is even at 2-2. So advanced over into scoring position. Schmitz can make contact. Can be down by 1.
Berkey's going to step off. The runner getting a pretty good lead out at second. Shortstop, second baseman, both trying to keep him close.
And strike 3 called, so give Berkey his second strikeout of the day. And sits down John Schmitz. Coming up now is going to be number 35, Kendall Bruns. He's playing the DH position today, so designated hitter coming up with 2 outs. Sure Coach Witt would like to see his DH get a nice single. Waiting on the call. That's a ball.
Look at the first 2 innings here. Marion Local, boy, a couple of solid line drives that haven't got them anything. One ended up being a double play to end the first inning.
Yeah, the top of their order made real nice contact in the first inning.
And then Vondahar's great play here at third base, and you start adding those 2 big plays up, and that's why the Cardinals have a 2-0 lead.
That definitely is all the difference in the game so far. That's going to be a little bit of lost control of that curve again. Takes the count, 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on second. You really want to see Moeller get to third at this point, as hard as he worked to get to second base. I mean, the man deserves third. Again, quickly, Berkey falling behind in the count, 3-1. The good thing for the batter in this situation, though, you know you're going to, with Berkey out there, you're probably going to get a fastball strike coming right down the middle here.
And result the last couple of times has been line drives.
And that's high. So now runners on first and second base. So put Moeller on second and Bruns on first. Number 14, Nate Ungren, the catcher, coming up. So Ungren up to bat. It's going to be fouled off to the right. Count No balls, 1 strike, 2 out. Berkey'd like to get out of here without throwing any more pitches if he can. Like we said, Marion's had people on base. It's just a matter of getting them around. It's going to be ball low. I haven't quite figured out this umpire's strike zone as of yet. Ungren waiting on the pitch. Will be swinging a miss for strike 2.
Took a little bit off the curveball, and Ungren off balance on that swing.
So Berkey looking for his 3rd strikeout, get himself out of trouble here. That's going to be grounded up over to 3rd. Another nice play by the 3rd baseman. So give Vonderhaar 2 great assists this inning, and the Cardinals still lead 2-0 here. We'll take a break here on NKTelco Sports.
Very, very impressed by how easy it was to locate talent here in this area.
But it's also great for applicants, giving them a good chance to learn much more about the company than would normally be possible through other means of advertising.
There's definitely a great pool of applicants here, and I think you've done a good job at communicating opportunities within the community.
I would definitely recommend checking out Hometown Opportunity to find any careers that you may not know that existed.
At 21st Century Kitchens, we know that every home has a style to go with it. From first-time homebuyers, to families with the pitter-patter of little feet, to teenagers taking over the kitchen, 21st Century has what you want, customizing the style, layout, and price point to fit your budget. Kitchens by Craftmade and quality cabinets, countertops by Wilson Art and Cambria, along with availability of granite, marble, and wood.
See what's in store behind the yellow door for your 21st Century Kitchen.
Your parents have given you so much throughout the years. They were there when you won first place. Your first heartbreak. Your first car. Your first wreck. Graduation. Planning that special day. Is it time to give back? Give your mom the life she gave you at Elmwood.
The 3rd baseman, number 21, Luke Vonderhaar.
Hello and welcome back to the airport. Number 21, 3rd baseman Luke Vonderhaar. You said his name a couple times, and that is a nice poke. Oh, that just went right over top of the bag on 3rd. I couldn't see where it landed, but that was a nice shot.
Nothing but a long strike.
That was a long double gone away right there.
Yeah, Vonderhaar, as you were about to say, Matt, has had a couple of really great defensive plays here in the first 2 innings for the Cardinals.
Yeah, he's definitely the reason why that score is still 2-0. And just like that, Schmidt gives up a pitch that's just way high on the control. So count evens at 1-1. And that's going to take him completely off his feet. Vonderhaar shot that right back up at the pitcher. Nice job of Schmitz getting out of the way of that. So line drive shot for a single for Vonderhaar. Coming up is going to be number 13, the shortstop, Grant Selby. He had a single in the first.
What do you think they'll do? Going to have a play on here, Matt?
Oh, I would.
Long look there by Selby at the 3rd base coach. Coach Wells.
I don't know if I'd be doing a hit and run at this point, because the last time that happened for Marion Local, it was 2 outs quick. I definitely could see Vonderhaar trying to get to second.
Selby hitting in a cleanup spot.
It's going to be a ball in the dirt, thrown over. Nice throw, but just not in time. Unfortunately for Ungren, he wasn't able to field it cleanly because it went in the dirt. Ball 1 called, and give Vonderhaar a stolen base. So now with your cleanup batter, Selby up to bat, you got 1 in scoring position. Cardinals looking to put more pressure on the Marion Local. Trying to play the bunt. Strike called.
Trying to get that runner to third base with only one out. Be interesting if they maintain that philosophy on this pitch, though.
Yeah, I'd say with your cleanup batter up there, let him swing. The winds are definitely kicking our way again now. They're just changing directions here. It's going to be a ball way outside, so 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Von der Haar on second. Ryan Berkey, number 17, is in the on-deck circle. That one's just about picked up off the ground. That's going to be another foul ball, so evens the count 2-2.
Von der Haar was running on that pitch, too.
Looks like they're trying to do the hit and run. Another long look over at Coach Wells.
With a count 2-2, I'm not sure what you can do.
You can strike out, and that's what's happened. Schmidt with his second strikeout.
A little bit late on that one. Selby.
Ryan Berkey.
So that brings number 17, Ryan Berkey, up to bat, looking for his first hit of the game. Ball inside. There is all kinds of dancing out there for Von der Haar on second.
He's got a big lead. Second baseman is covering for the Flyers, which gives Berkey a huge hole between first and second.
And we called a game over at Anna a couple days ago, and their center fielder was covering second. And it was absolutely amazing to watch it, how the runner had no clue she was standing right behind her. They wasn't able to throw her out, but it was definitely good defense. A swing and a miss. Counts now 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the third. Cardinals enjoying a 2-0 lead with a runner in scoring position right now. There he checked him off and put Von der Haar back on second. If nothing else, Schmidt needs to look back and let him know, hey, I know you're out there.
And that's what he just did.
That first pitch he pitched in that was a ball, I think he caught him in the back of his eye doing his little dance. It's going to be a ball outside, evens the count 2-2. Cardinals looking to get the offer in the league out of the way. They're 0-1 right now. That's going to be a nice pop out to left. Von der Haar looked to tag. They're going to keep him back on second. So a deep pop out for Berkey is going to bring up number 20, Casey Parker, the first baseman.
The first baseman, Casey Parker.
So Parker looking over at Wells. Seems like Coach Wells plays everything by every player that comes up. They get a long stare down with their coach. It's going to be a ball low. Ungren with the call, and that's going to be popped right back over to the pitcher, thrown to first, and that's out number 3. So Marion Local not giving up any runs. They put one on, they let one on get on base, but didn't give up any runs this inning. Score remains 2-0. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors on NKTelco Sports.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
If you want to save 70% on your heating, cooling, and hot water costs, the answer is right under your feet. Let New Knoxville Supply install a water furnace geothermal system and use the natural temperature from the earth for a more constant temperature in your home. Also ask about our new Symphony Home Management System. Control temperatures, track energy usage, and receive safety alerts for everything, including your sump pump. All from anywhere, anytime. Now is the time to calculate your savings at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Welcome back to Maria Stein Marion Local, where Marion Local finds themselves down 2-0 at the end of 2.5. Coming up to bat is going to be number 13, Ian Kramer. Then we'll be back to the top of the order. So Marion Local right where they want to be, try to get some runs generated, Dave.
Yeah, Ryan Burkier had a little bit of, I guess you'd call a little bit of control issues there in the second inning. And, you know, that curveball is very effective for him. He sets everything up around that with that curve, and he gets that over. And, boy, he is one tough pitcher.
Yeah, it's not so much his fastball or the changeup. The curve's been the difference here today.
Or at least here today. It's the first time I've seen him pitch. He's been up the last first inning. Pretty good first inning, but he's gotten the ball up just a little bit, like that one.
That's going to be a nice pop up and down. So give a hit to Ian Kramer. That's going to be a hit out to right. I mean, it's not like these two schools or the schools around here don't know about good pitching. I believe you got a major leaguer from this town that pitches. Minster has one that's probably going to be a future all-star at OSU, and he'll probably go on to the majors as well. So, I mean, they see good pitching in this league. I mean, just because they're a small school doesn't mean that that's not there. So they should be used to this. Ball in the dirt. And it seems like that Berkey can be flustered by giving up a hit. It seems like he doesn't recover until after the next batter.
And I think right now it'll be interesting to see what happens here, but I think we got to go back to what Coach Wells was saying about routine plays. Throw strikes. Everybody does what they're supposed to do in this situation, and the Cardinals are going to move along.
So number 33, Matt Kalig up to bat. 1 ball, 1 strike. Playing right field today. Like we said, anything that's going to go way deep here, it's going to have to go off to left field. This wind is just plain crazy. According to my phone, it still says 64 degrees here. I can't quite believe that, but
I think maybe it's dropped a few degrees since that 64 degrees game time start.
Nice chopper back to short. Throw to second, get 1. Able to run it out. So put Matt Kalig on a fielder's choice on first. Coming up now is going to be number 23, Dwayne Lugers.
1 out. Second baseman, number 23, Dwayne Lugers.
Lugers had a single his first at bat. I mean, right now, you look at the hits, it's 3-2 right now. I mean, it's not like they're not making contact and staying involved. That's going to be popped up right back here.
See if Bornhorst can catch that one. Oh, nope. Just over the net, but Bornhorst made young catcher, freshman, did everything fundamentally correct as he got to the backstop.
Yeah, I was sitting there looking at that one thinking we might have a shot with that one.
But the wind is blowing right in our face, and we're right behind home plate, and that pushed the ball right over the net.
So Berkey ahead in the count again. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on first. Kayla getting a nice lead off over there on first. I think Berkey's doing what he should do, though. Just worry about the batter. He's in no severe danger at this point. Oh.
Wild pitch.
A wild pitch again, so. And there, Bornhorst didn't know where the ball went. He just kept looking down at the plate. So, count now, 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Advance your base runner, Kalig, over to second. So, puts him in scoring position. Luger's waiting on the pitch. It's going to be a ball outside, 3-1. Coming up next is Cole Unrust, and you know he'd like to have that last swing of the bat that he had back. Line drive out to center to end the last inning, or the first inning. And that's going to be a ball inside, so put them on first and second.
So this might be the big opportunity for the Flyers to get right back in this one. As you said, Unrust lined out to center field, but it was a rocket and ended up being a double play, as Leugers was almost halfway between second and third on that one.
And you got Nate Moeller on deck, so you're at the meat of your order right now for runs. Let's see if Cole can do what he's in position to do. First pitch in is a ball. Seems like they've gotten a little bit under Berkey's skin. He's just missing the plate. A little low or a little outside. Time called. Unrust wanting to think about it. Berkey back on the mound, getting the call from Bornhorst. Going to be a ball way high, and that's going to be another wild pitch, and the runners are going to advance to second and third. So put Kalig on third, Luger's on second, Unrust up to bat. Count 2 balls, no strikes.
Runners move up on the wild pitch, and Berkey just struggling here with control.
I mean, I know he's the best pitcher they got, but I think Chad Wells would do good just by coming out and giving him a little talk, calm him down a little bit. That's going to be a deep hit out to left. They're going to tag and score 1 here, so tag's done. And he's going to be down and in, so he's safe at first. Advance Luger's over to third.
Flyers are on the board. That was a heck of a throw from left field, and Bryce Blickel, that's for sure. He tossed that one on the air to Bornhorst at home plate, but the throw was high, and it was deep enough that the runner had plenty of time to get home.
Yeah, you might have been better off to cut off to your third baseman there and try to get an out there. Up to bat now is going to be number 12, Nate Moeller. So the cleanup batter up with 1 on third. It's going to be strike 1 called.
But the important thing is Berkey got the out.
Right.
I mean, it was just a fly ball to left field, throwing strikes. So that makes Moeller a real big batter now.
And that's going to be a swing for strike 2. Bornhorst having trouble getting the ball in the glove. I mean, you take away protecting the plate. I mean, that's the fundamentals of the catcher. You know, get down in the dirt, keep the ball out in front of you. And base runners have advanced all over the place so far today on a couple 3 or 4 wild pitches. Moeller still waiting for the pitch. That's going to be inside ball. I think he thought he was going to get hit with it there.
Take that one right on the front shoulder.
That was my favorite way to get on first base. That's going to be popped out to center. Still hanging in the wind, and out number 3 is scored. Marion Local got 1 across, though. The lead now by only 1. So we'll take a break here with the Cardinals leading 2-1 on NKTelco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
You owe it to yourself twice a year a checkup at Minster Dental Care. Our specialized doctors, Jim Overman, Jim Marion, Sean Sharp, and Philip Slunkowski, are ready to give you the smile you've always dreamed of at any stage of your life. Pediatric, orthodontic, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry are just a few of the services offered. Our latest advancements include CEREC dentistry that allows us to create and deliver a crown in one convenient visit. We're located on State Route 66 in Minster, 419-628-3380 to schedule your appointment today. You owe it to yourself.
Welcome back to Marion Local. Schmidt still on the mound for Marion Local. And what's the pitch count on him now, Dave?
Schmitz has got 61 through 3, so that's a little bit high.
Yeah, the pitch count's definitely getting up there, but we said that they was having somebody warm up, so Ryan Tobey's already been warmed up. So we'd look for a pitching change probably after this inning or the fifth. Wouldn't see it going much deeper than that. Coming up to bat's going to be number 6, Bryce Blickel.
He had a single in his first at bat. Scored the second run of the game.
Quick swing and a miss by Blickel. Kid's just got a fun name to say.
Say that 10 times.
So Blickel with a nice pop out to center. That's going to be caught by center fielder and thrown back in. So Ryan Tobey with the catch, throws it back in, and out number 1's registered. Up to bat now is going to be Caleb Allig. He walked on his first at bat. Smith's 2 Ks through 3 so far. Strike 1 called. There's a nice pop out, and we'll see if he can get to it. And it got past the center fielder, so he'll be advancing to 2. And that puts him on second base, so give Alig a double.
First extra base hit of the game. Tobey made a heck of a effort to try and catch that one, diving, and fortunately the right fielder, Matt Kalig, right there to back him up, and Allig has the double.
So that brings up number 18, Nolan Bornhorst. Already has a single today. Bornhorst waiting on the pitch. Going to pull back the bunt. Steals on. He's going to be safe at third, so the runner advances. First pitch is called a strike, so no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. But the Cardinals got the base runner over to third, so Alec quickly advances with the steal. That's a chopper, and that's going to score your runner. Long throw across, and that gets the hitter out, so Bornhorst grounds out, but not before Alig comes in and scores. And we're back to the top of the order with number 2, Tyler Overman, coming up to bat.
Big steal there by Allig. They show bunt. Third baseman, shortstop can't quite cover. Third allows Allig just to beat the throw, and he didn't slide. Got in there standing and not by much, and then they get the ground ball to shortstop, and they've got a run. That's it's called manufacturing one.
I like the play, too, because, I mean, it takes away a lot of the side of the catcher going to third with that much body in front of him. Still threw behind him and got a nice throw down there, just wasn't quick enough. Counts even 1-1 with 2 outs to Overman. That's going to be strike. He checked the swing, but they gave it a strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Score now 3-1. Cardinals leading. Ball way high. Evens up 2-2-2. Overman looking to get his first hit of the game. Well, that's going to be way inside. So the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fouled back. Nice contact by Overman to stay in there. Overman back in the box, waiting on the pitch by Schmitz. Another one fouled back. Nice job of Overman just battling in there, making enough contact to wait for that next pitch.
It's a job of a leadoff batter. Overman in the number 1 spot. Hit 2 fly balls to left field. One of them a sacrifice fly that brought home a run.
On here, Schmidt finds himself getting up there in the pitch count again in an inning. I mean, when you're taking the count to 3-2 with 2 additional foul balls, that's 7 pitches just to 1 batter. And then you do a wild pitch for a walk. That'll bring up number 7, Justin Tankman. He's walked so far today and he scored a run.
The second baseman, Justin Tankman.
So the lefty's up to bat.
Be interesting to see what Coach Wells does with Overman at first base. 2 outs. Might be a good opportunity to try and get a steal here.
It's going to be off the left-hand side. That's going to be out of play. Nice little crowd here today for a cool day game.
Thursday afternoon, early evening.
I know they have a student section here. This is the first game. They said they're going to have a student section, and they're down the left field side hanging out today. That's going to be a ball high, so evens the count 1-1. 2 outs. So Overman still on first. Tinkman in the box waiting on the pitch. That's going to be a strike right down the middle. Nice pitch. Again, stepping out of the box. Waiting on the call from the coach. I like that about Schmitz. He does throw back to first quite often, keeps him honest. You definitely think the hit and run would be on at this point, though. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's going to be a swing. He dropped the ball, though, and still thrown out at first for out number 3. So at the end of 3, 1 more comes across. I'm sorry, at the top of the 4th. Score still remains 3-1. We'll be right back after a break from our sponsors on NKTelco Sports.
Want more trucks for less bucks? Buckeye Ford is your truck headquarters. Work or play, we have the truck for you. F-150s, F-250s, F-350s, and F-450s. We know trucks, and you'll always get top dollar for your trade. Get the truck you need today for less bucks at Buckeye Ford and shop over 200 new Fords and tons of pre-owned cars and trucks 24/7 at BuckeyeFord.com. Remember, you'll find more trucks for less bucks at BuckeyeFord.com. More trucks, less bucks. BuckeyeFord.com.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Welcome back to Marion Local. We still have Berkey on the mound for the Cardinals with a 3-1 lead. Only 4 hits given up by Marion Local so far for 3 runs, and the Cardinals have given up 2 for 1 run so far, Ron. Ron. Sorry about that, Dave.
That's all right.
I'm used to doing these games with Ron Cruzy.
That's understandable. Yeah.
So up to bat's going to be number 27, Ryan Toby. That's going to be popped up and out of play. That's going to have a vehicle written on it.
Probably my own.
Well, thank God for Allstate. So first pitch is fouled off for strike one. If you're just joining us, the Cardinals lead 3-1 here at the bottom of the fourth. Another ball pitched outside. Berkey with 2 strikeouts. And the pitch count on him right now, Dave?
We're counting. Got 21 through 2.
Another one fouled straight back.
12. 34 through 3. And for this innings, he's about 38, which isn't just too bad when you look at Schmitz, who is standing at 79 through 4 innings.
And that makes a world of difference. Good job here of Toby just making him continue to pitch, though. That's probably the 5th pitch here, and the count's still 1-2. He's fouled back 4 balls now. So Toby making good contact. He's just not getting it out in the field of play.
Yeah, Toby had the line drive that Vonderhaar made the great play on at third base, and talking about a couple plays that Luke made down at third for the Cardinals. Really a huge difference in this one.
And that's the 3rd strikeout for Berkey.
Boy, and Berkey just set him up real nice there. He just fastball, moved it around nice, and then curveball in there, and he was just off stride, which, you know, as a hitter, that's you get off balance, and that's when the pitcher's got you.
So John Schmitz coming up to bat now. It's going to be a ball outside. Bornhorst still having trouble getting the ball in his glove.
Toby's 3rd strikeout for Berkey so far through 3 1/3 innings.
So he's averaging about 1 an inning so far. His counterpart on the girls' side for New Bremen is Sophie Fox, and I don't know if you've ever seen her pitching in any games. Last year she was over 125 strikeouts in the season. Pretty amazing girl to watch. Her worst game was probably a week ago. They played Walpock, and she got lit up, but that's probably the only time in her career that she's ever given up more than 3 or 4 runs in a game. That's going to be off the plate, off the player, so we'll give that a strike. Takes the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out for John Schmitz. Number 35, the DH, Kendall Bruns. He's in the on-deck circle. He walked last time at bat. Another ball outside, evens the count 2-2.
Hoping that Schmitz might chase that one.
Yeah, Berkey doing a good job on the mound so far today, only giving up 1 run. There was some heat, and it was also went outside, so the count is full, 3-2. Schmidt standing in there, waiting on the pitch. That's going to be fouled back.
Schmitz is hanging right in there.
You see all that off-speed stuff. Then when he does bring heat like that, you're just a little behind. It's a good thought by Berkey, but Schmitz with a good job getting contact. Again, fouled off. If he would have had that one straight out, that would have been a nice poke. So Schmitz waiting on what I can count is probably the 7th or 8th pitch of this bat. To be coming
number
in.
9.
Pitch number 9. And strikeout number 4 for Berkey. So that brings up Kendall Bruns, number 35, the DH.
Number 35, Kendall Bruns.
The battle of the pitchers goes to Berkey that time.
Yeah, I believe, did he strike him out in the last time at bat as well?
Yes, he did. Called third strike. He's gotten him twice.
It's going to be a ball outside on Bruns. Bruns again, swing and a miss. Pitch number 3. It's going to be in the dirt. So 2 balls, 1 strike on Kendall Bruns. It's going to be another ball outside. Bruns made it to first on a base on balls the last time at bat. Looking to repeat that. That's going to be a ball inside. You know, and people look at a DH, you can look at that 2 ways. Rather, 1, they get on base a lot, or 2, they have a good bat. He's shown where you can be the DH, get on base a couple times, just being walked there. There's nothing wrong with that. Just get on first, and that's when it starts.
You know, in a day like today where it's kind of cool, kind of windy, it's kind of tough being a DH. Come off that bench, and that's all you do is hit. It's quite a. I think it'd be very difficult.
I would agree with you. Nice job by Bornhorst there, getting in front of the ball, stopping it, or Bruns would be over to second. Up to bat now is number 14, Nate Ungren.
He grounded out to third base the last time.
Going to be a little chopper over to second. And thrown and out, so that'll be out number 3. So at the end of 4, score remains 3-1. The Cardinals on top. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors on NKTelco Sports.
Jump, jump. What? Oh, come on.
Plastic surgery is very expensive today.
Jet!
Jet?
Come on, shouldn't.
Need more bandwidth? Switch to NKTelco and run all your devices.
Welcome back to Marion Local, where John Smith's still on the mound, only down 3-1 to the Cardinals. NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of boys baseball. You can watch the replays on Channel 3 or Channel 503 Saturday, April 15th at 5 or Sunday, April 16th at noon. If you like what you're seeing here at NKTelco Sports, dial 419-753-5000. Get a hold of Renee Arnold. We can shoot you a commercial, and you too can be a sponsor here on NKTelco Sports. Speaking of sponsors, we'd like to thank them as well. We'd like to thank our Player of the Game sponsors, Speedway Lanes for New Bremen and Corner Cafe for Marion Local. I'd like to thank Keys to the Game sponsor, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Ram in Salina, where the dealer makes the difference. And the scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank, Think First. Other sponsors for this game is Francis Furniture, NKTelco, Minster Dental, Minster Bank, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Schwederman's Pharmacy, Elmwood Assisted Living, 21st Century Kitchens, Hometown Opportunity, Radio Hospital, West Staff, Cy Schwederman, and St. Mary's Trucking. Coming up to bat now for the Cardinals, going to be number 21, Luke Vondahar. Big swing and a miss by Vondahar. What did we say, 71 pitches he was up to?
That was pitch number 80.
Pitch number 80.
To start the 5th inning, top of the 5th.
Ball inside, evens the count 1-1. So Smith's over 80 pitches already. Top of the 5th. Vondahar up to bat, and Grant Selby on deck. Another ball inside.
Vondahar's 1 for 2 and a stolen base.
That's going to be ground over to second, picked up, thrown to first, and that is out number 1. Coming up to bat now is going to be number 13, the shortstop, Grant Selby. What's Grant done so far today?
RBI single in the first inning. That was the first run of the game. Second pitch to him, and then he struck out in the third. So he's 1 for 2 with an RBI.
Solid game so far for Selby. Another nice poke over to second. Nice job playing the field.
In between hop there. Always tough.
You take the third base play of Von der Haar, and then you take the second base play over here by number 23, Dwayne Lugers. Both of them having good defensive games so far.
Yeah, Von der Haar's, I'll tell you what, he saved a couple of runs for sure.
I would agree with you there. That ball's right past the third baseman, so a nice hit by Ryan Berkey, the pitcher.
Boy, that was a tough hop for the third baseman down there for the Flyers. Habadaz.
So with 2 out, that's 1 on. Brings up number 20, Casey Parker.
Nolan Habadaz at third base. Boy, he's not hitting. He's DH'd
by
DH for,
Bruns.
but boy, by Bruns, and that's a tough one.
Tough position to play.
Number 20, the first baseman, Casey
That
Parker.
ball just takes a hop like that, and tough spot to be in.
So 1 ball, no strikes to Parker. And Parker with a nice poke in the gap between short and third, and that's going to advance the runner over. So put Berkey on second, Parker with a single. And that brings up Bryce Blickel. Blickel's already scored once today.
All started with 2 outs, 2 ground balls. The Leugers out there at second, and then back-to-back hits here as the Cardinals threaten again.
So Blickel waiting on the pitch. Strike called. Schmidt's coming into his own here. The balls are getting right across the plate. Unfortunately, they're making contact. Blickel with a swing and a hit. Quickly, he's behind in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 out. Runners on first and second. Berkey on second, Parker on first. Blickel, good job making contact there. He was a little bit behind on that. Fouled off to the right.
Blickel had a hit in the second inning and scored a run. Cardinals' second run.
Number 9, Caleb Aylig, is in the on-deck circle. He had a double. So Blickel looking to add to this, and that's going to be a ball inside. Count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. It's definitely getting colder out here, though. And strike 3 looking, so give John Schmitz his 3rd strikeout. And that's the end of the inning. Left 2 stranded, did the Cardinals. Score remains 3-1. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors on NKTelco Sports.
There's a lot of early mornings that go into 40 years of service, a lot of miles on these tires, and millions of pounds of cargo have traveled in these trailers. It's about dependable service, the kind of service that shows up 30 minutes early every time, that gets your products, cargo, and business from point A to point B safely, quickly, and efficiently. We are St. Mary's Trucking, traveling the roads of commerce in Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky. Men and women who produce the solutions that make your business grow, because the most important thing to them is you. Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield, why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Schwiederman Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the surface, allowing you to grow stronger, healthier plants that root deeper, that are more resilient to the elements, that enable longer growing seasons, and can produce higher results in the fields and in your pocket. Trust CSI, your drainage experts since 1946.
Welcome back to Marion Local, where Ryan Berkey is enjoying a 3-1 lead off of 5 hits from his teammates. Cardinals just stranded 2 on first and second, though.
Well, you know, the difference in this from an offensive viewpoint is Cardinals have been able to manufacture their 3 runs, playing it close, but getting those 3. Flyers, oh, you look back in a couple of lineouts, great play by Bondahar at third base, nice play in the outfield by Alleg, and, you know.
That's the difference of the game.
It's a 3-1 lead.
I agree.
For the Cardinals.
Good news for Marion Local. You have number 13, Ian Kramer, up to bat. Then you're back to the top of the order. So if Kramer can get a single like he did the last time at bat, we could get things started.
And Berkey, pitch count, he's at 47 through 4, so.
Well, the phones are still saying 64 degrees, Ron, but I'm sorry, Dave, but I don't think they're keeping the wind in.
We're not believing any of it.
I'm definitely not.
That must be corner cafe temperature.
Berkey finds himself down 2 balls, no strikes. And ball number 3 comes in, so last thing you want to do is when you have a number 9 batter is just walk him on, especially with the main batting order coming in. Our loose ball came in from the player warming up. Would be number 27, Ryan Toby, back over warming up again.
Got to believe that there might be a pitching change for the Flyers coming up if you go by pitch counts.
I imagine so.
Though really, Smith's only 3 runs.
Yeah, he's pitched a good game. And strike 1 called, so 3 balls, 1 strike to Kramer. And on the flip side, you got Berkey. He's only hit 1 pitcher or 1 batter, and he's got 4 Ks. And that's going to, they called that a strike. That was a pretty high pitch, but they gave it to him, so the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That one's going to be fouled off to the right side, out of play. Pretty sure that Kramer was already halfway to first base there when that last pitch was called a strike. So Berkey with the ball back. And that's going to be in the dirt. So give Kramer a walk, and that brings up Matt Kalig, number 33. He's reached first on a fielder's choice and scored a run. I believe he scored the run, did he not?
It was, yeah, Matt Kalig. He scored the run in the 3rd inning.
So the Flyers looking to get something started here. That ball's in the dirt as well. See how Berkey recovers by giving up the walk to the first batter. It's going to be a grounder, could be trouble. Shortstop trying to throw all the way over, and they're saying he's out at first, so nice job by the shortstop to throw him out. Grant Selby with a nice arm.
Great play by Selby, and he gets him.
Kramer advances over to second. Coming up to bat now is going to be number 23, Dwayne Lugers.
You know, Selby got to the ball. Looked like it was going to be a base hit. Got to the ball, planted his foot, made a good strong throw to first base, and just got him.
Ball's going to be low for ball 1. If I was Kalig, I'd really be looking to get to third here. I mean, there's been a lot of pitches in the dirt that Bornhorst hasn't controlled. So I don't think I would attempt the steal. I just think I would wait for my opportunity. It's going to be a strike right down the middle. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on second. There's the pitch. Swung and a miss. Strike 2. On Lugers. Number 6, Cole Unrust. In the batter circle. Be next to bat. Luger's waiting on the pitch. That's right down the third base. That is fair, so that'll bring one around. Score now 3-1. Base runner's back over to first, but nice job by Lugers. And that's the second scoring run by Kalig. So Kalig having a nice game, getting all the way around.
Yeah, that's Loiger's second hit of the night, but really it was pretty good defense by the Cardinals. They kept Loigers in check. He's only at first as opposed to getting into scoring position again at second. So,
I'm sorry, that was Ian Kramer that came all the way around. So Kramer now coming across the plate to score. Up to bat now is going to be number 6, Cole Unrust. Still only one out here.
What do you think, Matt? You get Loigers stealing? There he goes.
There he goes.
He had 3 steps.
He was definitely halfway down through there before that pitch even reached the plate.
Definitely going to take advantage of a young catcher here, I do believe.
Yeah, Bornhorst doing a good job behind the plate, just letting a few balls get past him. And Marion Local's taking advantage of every opportunity they've been given there. 2 runs on 3 hits.
Berkey's got to hold him a little bit closer, too.
It's going to be a ball outside, evens the count 1-1 with 1 out. Coach Witt talking to his base runner.
Let's see what's going to happen here.
There you called it. He drug him back to first.
Yep.
So good job by Berkey. Still count 1-1. That's going to be a ball high. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 1 already scored here for Marion Local. There's the going for the run again. That's a hit and run. That ball's down.
Throw behind him, and
runner fell down. Number 23 Lugers fell down after coming around second, or he might have been going for third. So give Unrust a single. So that brings up the cleanup hitter, number 12, Nate Moeller. Nate's been hit by a pitch, and he has a stolen base.
Still only got 1 out. Now we're going to have a conference, a little discussion.
Well, while they're doing that, we'll go ahead and we'll thank our sponsors again. St. Mary's Trucking, Cy Schwederman, West Staff, Radio Hospital, Hometown Opportunity, 21st Century Kitchens, Elmwood Assisted Living, Schwederman's Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Keyhole Pizza, Minster Bank, Minster Dental, NKTelco, and Francis Furniture. We'd also like to thank the people working here on this production, LJ Jellison, Tyler Wolf, myself, I'm Matt Everidge. Sit beside me is Dave Helmstetter. And looks like the meeting of the minds are done. But the Cardinals finding themselves being tested here. 2 base runners on. You got Nate Moeller, number 12, up to bat.
Moeller was hit by a pitch his first time, then he had a lined out to center field. So number 4 hitter.
And he's hit by a pitch again, so
I don't think Moeller wants to be hit by the pitch.
I don't think he's real happy about that.
I think he wanted to hit.
And that's ×2, so
we got him loaded now.
So the bases are juiced, and Ryan Toby, who we imagine is going to be the next pitcher coming up. So
Toby's the one that had the ball that Vonderhaar basically took a hit away from him in the first or in the second inning.
You know, Schmidt's saying get a hit. That way I got a chance at a win here.
Big time trouble here for the Cardinals.
1 ball, no strikes. Berkey seems a little flustered right now. That's going to be a ball inside. Ryan Toby did not move an inch there. That ball looked like it was coming at him, and he was just going to stand there and take it. And they've lost control, and here comes the runner from third. Nice job by number 23, Dwayne Lugers. Just being aware is what that's all about. Coach Witt over there at third base sent him, and he went. So we are all tied up. So give an error to the Cardinals to score a run. Score now, 3-3. We have a whole new ball game here.
Ball in the dirt. That's trouble. Didn't get too far away, and Flyers took advantage.
And 2 balls, 1 strike on Toby. Ball in the dirt again.
3-1.
So 3 balls, 1 strike. John Schmidt, the pitcher, coming up. And that's a nice poke off to the left. Takes the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ryan Berkey looking to get his second out. And that one is straight, and it just drifted foul. That would have been bad news if you're a Cardinals fan if that would have been straight.
Toby hit that one pretty good, but fortunately for New Bremen, it was foul. Unfortunately for the Flyers.
That keeps the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. Score remains 3-3. Looks like the Bremen girls and Marion local girls softball game is over. That's going to be a ball high, and the bases are juiced again. Coming up to bat's going to be number 26, John Schmitz. I think he's had a couple strikeouts, but he could definitely upright that ship with one swing of a bat.
2 walks, 2 hits, wild pitch, hit batter. Not been a good inning for the Cardinals.
Has not, and there's still only 1 out. And sadly, if you're a Cardinals fan, you got Kendall Bruns coming up, the DH. That could be trouble. That could be big trouble, and it is trouble. The ball's down. The runner's got to go.
Get the force at third.
Force at third, so you got 1 out, but you still have 1 that came across, and there's run number 4. So the lead for Marion Local, the first run. Yeah, the shortstop just fell out there. That's a bad position to be if you are on second base. You see the ball. It's kind of hard to advance.
Fielder's choice. Not a base hit, a fielder's choice. And there's a point in time where the wind played a lot of problems with that ball.
But if you're a Marion local fan at this point, I would be willing to give up that 1 out for the run.
Yeah, the runner at second was stuck.
So strike 1 called to Kendall Bruns, the DH. I believe he's walked a couple times so far today.
Yeah, 2 walks so far for Bruns. So the go-ahead run comes in on a high pop fly to left field. Ends up being a fielder's choice. Runner from third scores. The runner at second is forced out at third. How about that?
I think we've had just about everything you can have just in this 1/2 of an inning.
And I am sure that Ryan Berkey doesn't like this inning at all. This has been a long one.
Yeah, everybody's having fun except for that pitcher right now. And that's going to be a ball low. Evens the count 1-1, 2 outs. How many batters have we been through so far?
8.
6? Oh, 8?
8th batter of the inning.
So not an inning that if you're a New Bremen Cardinal, you want to watch again. And that's going to be popped out to center. And again, that wind is just out there, but nice catch by the center fielder. Caleb Alig, but the damage has been done by a Marion local. They come storming back with 3 runs. Now lead 4-3 here at the airport. We'll take a break on NKTelco Sports.
As a business owner, do you find yourself reviewing too many applications, or are you the job seeker filling out dozens of applications in an attempt to find employment? West staff has been bridging the gap between employers and employees since 1988. Jobs range from manufacturing and clerical to specialized fields such as quality control and engineering. West staff has the ability to operate as your company's entire HR department or simply payroll employees on an attempt to hire basis. West staff, your partner in business.
The big game is right around the corner. Are you ready for it? Come into Francis Furniture and find the right fit for you and your friends in our Lazy Boy Comfort Studio. With Lazy Boy Premier Sofa and Sectionals, you can custom order a look that's just your style. Choose from hundreds of decorator fabrics or choose genuine leather for its luxurious feel and durability. Come into Francis Furniture today, the area's only Lazy Boy Comfort Studio.
Well, if you're just joining us, you're missing a good one. Flyers lead 4-3 with 3 runs. Ron, Dave, I'm going to give you the opportunity to try to explain exactly how they got those 3 runs.
Those 3 runs, it was very interesting, that's for sure. Couple of hits, batter, all sorts of stuff that happened in that inning. I was trying to figure out who the new pitcher was for the Marion local Flyers.
It'd be Ryan Toby, number 27.
That's number 37, though.
Is that 37?
Yeah. I was
that is
scrambling.
37. That will be Tim
Knapschafer.
Knapschafer.
Tim Knapschafer pitching for the Flyers. And leading off in the top of the 6th for the Bremen.
Knapschafer's in there.
9, Caleb Alleg.
So we just got word as well that Marion local lost 3-2 in softball to New Bremen. So we just wanted to pass that score along. First pitch in is going to be a ball from Knapschafer. I imagine he'll be taking John Schmidt's spot in the batting order as well. I don't see him in the field. It's going to be a ball low. So 2 balls from Knapschafer right off the bat. Up to bat's number 9, Caleb Alleg. Alleg has a double with a stolen base and a base on balls. Knapschafer with some nice heat, but it's high. 3 straight balls from him. Probably look for Bremen to be charging right back here, Dave.
Yeah, they need a base runner. Starts all over again.
And 4 straight pitches, and there goes the first Cardinal to face him. 4 straight pitches, base on balls for Alleg. Coming up now is going to be number 18, Nolan Bornhorst.
Caleb Alleg's been on base all 3 times tonight. Twice he walked, a double, scored a run. Bornhorst has managed to put the ball in play, which has been a good thing. He got an RBI early in the contest because of it. And then he got an infield base hit back in the 2nd.
Winds are really picking up, blowing straight in from center field. Be a ball way outside, so 5 straight balls.
Think you're going to swing at any yet?
I wouldn't be swinging the bat if I was them. If he wants, make him pitch to you.
Yep, got to throw a strike here. Big, tall, right-handed thrower.
And there's the first strike. So
throws hard too.
Yeah, Knapschafer with a lot of pop on the glove coming into the catcher. So Ungren's had a nice job at the plate as well. He hasn't given up anything past him that I can remember. Bunts down, and that's going to be popped right back over to the pitcher.
Boy.
Gets it out of his glove. That was a lazy throw over to first base. But he gets out number 1. Base runner does advance. So put Alleg over on second base, bringing up number 2, Tyler Overman.
Bornhorst hit that one just a little bit hard. It could have been a disaster for the Cardinals had Knapschafer gotten off the mound and caught that ball in the air. It would have been an easy double play.
I totally agree. You see that quite often, too.
Because the runner was moving.
Pitched in, ball high.
Tyler Overman batting for the Cardinals.
I have got to remember we're not in June yet. This,
No.
this wind is getting a little chilly. So if you're just joining us, score is 4-3. Berkey's pitched a pretty solid game so far. He just had a disastrous bottom of the 5th. We're now in the top of the 6th. Got a runner already in scoring position is Caleb Alec out on second base. With the top of the order, Tyler Overman up to bat with 1 out. And again, 3 straight pitches, all balls. I think if I was Coach Wells, I'd tell him go out there and make him pitch to you.
Throws hard, good velocity on the fastball for Knapschafer.
That's going to be a ball 4 inside. So 8 pitches are balls, and he's had 2 strikes so far. Third baseman comes out, gives him a little pat on the back, tells him it's okay. And you have base runners on first and second. Coming up to bat, it's going to be Justin Tinkman, number 7. Tinkman in the box after getting the call from Coach Wells.
Tinkman's 0 for 2 with a walk. He scored the Cardinals' first run.
Nice job by Knapschafer getting the base runner back to second. The guy on first, he could have walked halfway down. The first baseman was way up. I think that was a play by Maria Stein to try to make it look like they wasn't worried about the defense. First pitch in is a strike. No balls, 1 strike. To Tinkman with Von DeHar up on deck. Bunt was on, he pulled it back, and it was a strike across the plate. So no balls, 2 strikes to Tinkman. Overman's on first. Bornhorst is on second. And strike 3 looking, so give Knapschafer his first strikeout.
Boy, he gets it over. He's tough.
After 2 base on balls. Comes back with a strikeout to get himself out of a little bit of trouble.
What do you think? This is the biggest at bat of the game for the Cardinals so far?
For the Cardinals
right
so far,
yeah.
yes, sir. First time they've been behind in the game.
2 down, 2 on. Number 3 hitter up.
Number 21, Vandahar up. Now it's even more important with the runners on second and third.
That one went to the backstop in fine fashion.
Now, if you're a Cardinals fan, you'd like to see that a couple more times.
You're talking about Ungren, who's did a real nice job on this entire game, man. That thing was past him way up there.
I think with Knapschafer, you're definitely getting a different speed.
It would scare me to sit in against this kid.
So you face the first batter, he walks him in 4. The second batter, he's up 2 strikes to none, and he
You know
gets
what he
him
needs
out.
to do? If he hits somebody here, everybody will be saying, I'm not going to bat against this guy.
Yeah, everybody but Nate Moeller, who's saying, hey, I've done this twice.
Yeah.
You know, take your base. I think
Yeah.
Nate Moeller's earned his
That's
his
right.
stripes
Muller's-
today.
He's gotten blunked twice. Yep.
And even more so by one of the better pitchers in the league, so it makes you wonder, does this guy not like me very much? And that's a nice
boy.
poke, and that is trouble. That's going to bring
That's
2
one.
around. Second
Here
one's
comes the
down.
play.
And it's past the catcher, and he's going to advance to second on the overthrow. So give him a single with a second base on the overthrow. So quickly, Bremen comes storming back with 2 runs here in the top of the 6th. Score now 5-4. Bremen leads.
That is a big hit by Vondahar. We
That-
just said I thought it was the key point in the game, and Vonderhaar with a sharp single to right, and then all sorts of things happened after the throw comes home.
Yeah, he's done a nice job all day. I mean, has a stolen base as well. I think that's his second hit.
Yeah, 2 hits, stolen base, 2 RBIs.
Grant Selby now up to bat. So 5 different Cardinals have come across the plate for a lead of 5-4 with 6 hits. Runner on second. Strike called.
Wouldn't hurt to get another run. I'm sure that Coach Wells would dearly love to have a little bit of breathing room here.
Well, if nothing else, Dave, it's been a little cold, it's been a little windy, but we've definitely had a great game that we've watched so far today.
It's a great ballpark, too.
Yeah, very much. Very nice. Well laid out. The stands look comfortable for seating.
And like you said earlier, Matt, there's a nice crowd here for a Thursday evening.
Fouled back. Takes the count to 2-2 with 2 outs. Runner on second. You know, that's the one thing you do like about the MAC schools, though. You look around and like when the girls and the boys are both playing, when one finishes, the other one goes over and normally watches. So you can look around and see some of the girls in softball uniforms still here cheering on their team. That's going to be a steal and hit and a run, but fouled off.
He would have stole third standing up, and, you know, it's very tough for that young pitcher to keep the runner in bay at second, but Vonderhaar, obviously, he's played a little baseball in his time. He saw what was going on, and he took off, had the base stolen.
Yeah, there's got to be another name for as far as he was taking that one. I mean, that was grand theft at that point because he was already halfway down there when the pitcher was kicking his leg up. So again, Grant Selby up to bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second. So we got all kinds of 2s here. There's the pitch, and it's outside. So we'll have the payoff pitch come, and the runner will probably be going. Count is full.
That'll be interesting to see if he does go here.
If he gets a good kick and he's able to make contact, with his speed, he could probably be home by the time they get it back in.
Shortstop sneaking in.
That's fouled back. Count stays full. I'm sure the Cardinals would like to add one more if they could. Games like this, you hate to see either one of the teams lose. Both teams have played a pretty solid game. Total of 4 strikeouts by both clubs.
There he goes.
And swung and a miss, so strikeout number 2 for Knapschafer. But the Cardinals came storming back, scores 2, leads 5-4 over Marion Local. We'll be back for the bottom of the 6th right after a break from our sponsors here on NKTelco Sports.
When you choose Radio Hospital for your wireless needs, you get 13 convenient locations, no waiting and long lines, premier service after the sale, and all the latest technology. With locations in Lima, Findlay, Minster, Kenton, Defiance, Napoleon, Wauseon, Bryan, and Archbold, we are right around the corner from you. Visit us today and experience the Radio Hospital difference. We are simply neighbors serving neighbors, providing a refreshing alternative to high-pressure stores. Radio Hospital is your Verizon Wireless premium retailer.
Was very, very impressed by how easy it was to locate talent here in this area.
But it's also great for applicants, giving them a good chance to learn much more about the company than would normally be possible through other means of advertising.
There's definitely a great pool of applicants here, and I think you've done a good job at communicating opportunities within the community.
I would definitely recommend checking out Hometown Opportunity to find any careers that you may not know that exist.
10 minutes, I think about right. Oh. Number 7's pitching. Holy smokes.
Welcome back. We are at the airport, and we have a barn burner going here. The Cardinals of New Bremen Leading the Flyers, a Marion local, 5-4. We have another pitching change to announce. Number 7 on the mound now for the Cardinals is going to be Justin Tinkman. He's going to take the reins from Ryan Berkey. So I don't know if Berkey went to second. It does appear so, that they just switched positions. So, nope, number 13 is now at second base. So Grant Selby.
He moves over to second, and it looks like, it looks like Berkey might be at shortstop.
That's number 21.
That's 21. That's
Is on third base is Vondahar.
Well, let's try
There's a whole lot of mixing up here.
Base. He's not at first.
And that does look like him at third. So
he goes to third.
Your third, your shortstop, second baseman, and pitcher all decided to have a nice little dance, move one position. So we'll try to keep up with that in the fielding. Up to bat is number 16. Did that say number 16? Because I don't see a number 16. That is number 16, who would be Trent Bowman. So Bowman up for his first at bat, and he'll be followed by number 13, Ian Kramer. So it looks like Nate Ungren, number 14, is out, and Trent Bowman has taken his place. Bowman with a nice little poke over to second, picked up, thrown to first, and out number 1 is registered. If you're just joining us, we are in the bottom of the 6th inning. Score 5-4, Cardinals lead. Last inning's been pretty interesting.
Yeah, Vondahar, he came through. Boy, I'm telling you, that's a clutch hit. You're down by a run, 2 runners in scoring position, and you deliver. That's great to see.
And then throw on top his fielding that he's been fielding today. He's had an all-around solid game so far.
Of course, the Flyers came back in the bottom of the previous inning and took the lead for the first time, and finally had put some offense together. And
I believe it started with Ian Kramer the last inning as well,
right.
Did it not?
Yep. Started with Kramer, who's at the plate.
Kramer now down 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here, bottom of the 6th. Flyers down to 5 outs.
Kramer had the big, he started it off with a walk and eventually scored.
It's going to be a ball low. I know Kalig, Lugers, Kramer have all scored. I'm not for sure where the 4th run came from. But there's definitely a 4th run there.
Unrest.
So that's the one I was missing. Count is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes for the new pitcher on the mound.
Big thing is just throw strikes.
Ball hit over, picked up by the shortstop. Long throw, got him.
That boy's got a cannon, Matt. He can throw it.
I believe that was Unrust again, was it not?
Yep. No, that was Kramer.
Oh, no, Vondahar. Vondahar.
Yep.
Yeah, he had a gun from third base, and he's really got one from short. So up to bat, we're at the top of the order. Matt Kalig, number 33. 4 outs remain for Marion Local to try to get that run back. Nice changeup. Nice changeup thrown there by Tinkman.
Tankman doesn't quite have the velocity of Schmitz or Knapschafer or Berkey, but nice to see he's throwing strikes here.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. That one looked good from here. They're going to call it low. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Little curveball just off. Straight up in the air.
Out to left. That might be a little bit of trouble. And taken by the second baseman for out number 3, and that's the end of 6. Cardinals still lead 5-4. We'll be back for the final inning here on NKTelco Sports.
At 21st Century Kitchens, we know
I
that
sure
every
hope it's
home has a style to go with it. From first-time homebuyers to families with the pitter-patter of little feet to teenagers taking over the kitchen, 21st Century has what you want, customizing the style, layout, and price point to fit your budget. Kitchens by Craftmade and quality cabinets, countertops by Wilson Art and Cambria, along with availability of granite, marble, and wood.
See what's in store behind the yellow door for your 21st century kitchen.
Your parents have given you so much throughout the years. They were there when you won first place. Your first heartbreak. Your first car. Your first wreck. Graduation. Planning that special day. Is it time to give back? Give your mom the life she gave you at Elmwood.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
If you want to save 70% on your heating, cooling, and hot water costs, the answer is right under your feet. Let New Knoxville Supply install a water furnace geothermal system and use the natural temperature from the earth for a more constant temperature in your home. Also ask about our new Symphony Home Management System. Control temperatures, track energy usage, and receive safety alerts for everything, including your sump pump. All from anywhere, anytime. Now is the time to calculate your savings at newknoxvillesupply.com.
All right, we're back for inning number 7. Cardinals up 5-4. Number 17, Ryan Berkey up to bat.
So they got an injury.
Nap Schaefer just looks like he lost something there on that throw. We're going to go ahead and we're going to cut back to a commercial while they check him out. I think we're probably going to have a pitching change. So we'll go ahead and we're going to take a break, and we'll be back after a word from our sponsors here on NKTelco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory.
I think he just threw his shoulder out.
Making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Welcome back to Marion Local. Looks like we're going to have another pitching change here. Tim Napshafer looks like he's injured his pitching arm. It was a very awkward throw that came in. It landed probably a foot and a half before the plate. Nice job by the catcher, Nate Ungren, to pick it up. But on the mound now, we're going to have number 6, Cole Unrust. And while we're going through this, we'll hand it over to Dave Helmstetter, and he can let you know how we've come to a 5-4 score with a crazy inning in between.
Yeah, it all started out. New Bremen took the early lead in the first inning. Justin Tinkman scored on a Grant Selby single. That put the Cardinals up 1-0 in the top of the first. Cardinals increased the lead in the second inning when Bryce Blickel led off with a single, and he came around to score on an infield hit by Nolan Bornhorst. That put Bornhorst had an infield hit. That set up a sacrifice fly by Tyler Overman, and New Bremen was up 2-0 after an inning and a half of play. Top of the third, Cardinals did not score, but into the bottom of the third, the Flyers came back. Matt Callig scored a run on a sacrifice fly by Cole Unrust, and the lead was 2-1. Cardinals, again, they came back in the fourth inning, picked up run number 3. Caleb Allig led off, or was second man up after a one-out double. He stole the third base and then came home on a 6-3 ground ball shortstop and an RBI by Nolan Bornhorst, and that made it 3-1. However, in the fifth inning, all sorts of things went wrong for the Cardinals as Marion Local struck for 3 runs in the inning. Ian Kramer started out with a walk. He eventually scored after singles by Leugers and Unrust, and that cut the lead. That put the Flyers up by a 4-3 score. And then Cardinals went up then in the 6th inning on that single to right field by Vonderhaar, a 2-run RBI single, and that's where we're at right now.
So unfortunately for Cole Unrust, he adopted a 1-ball, no-strike count. It's now 2 straight balls from him, and the count is 3 balls, no strike, no outs. Top of the 7th, and they're calling a strike on that one. So now the count is 3-1 to number 17, Ryan Berkey. Up next on deck is going to be Casey Parker.
Berkey's 1 for 3 so far.
Berkey with a swing and a miss there, so the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nice job by Unrust to come back. So full count to Berkey. And that's going to be way high. So Berkey goes to first. Cardinals looking to put a couple insurance runs in if they can.
That'll bring up the first baseman, number 20, Casey Parker.
So up to bats, number 20, Casey Parker.
Parker's 0 for 3, but did reach base in the 5th inning on an error by the 3rd baseman for the Flyers.
First pitch in is a strike. Should mention Unrust is a lefty, so it's a little bit of a different look out there. You're not seeing the big lead off of first base like we was seeing earlier. I always thought it was a little bit harder to steal on a left-handed pitcher.
Very much so, with that open look towards first that a lefty has.
Bunts down.
Good one.
Nice little bunt play. Advances the runner thrown out at first, so Parker with a sacrifice bunt, but that advances Berkey over to second base. Brings up number 6, Bryce Blickel.
That's a nice bunt by Parker.
Very nice placement.
Coach Wells is going to, I think we're going to have a pinch runner maybe. He's going to go first talk to his batter, Blickel, but.
Yeah, we're still waiting to see if anybody's coming out of the dugout, and that is a positive. Coming out, it's going to be number 4, Paul Kobe, or Kobe Paul, I should say.
Let's get him on the right base first.
And he's going to be on second base.
Running at second is number 4, Kobe Paul.
So up to bat is number 6, Casey Parker, or I'm sorry, Bryce Blickel, with Paul on second. Going to be a ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, top of the 7th. Long look back to second base. There's the pitch. It's in the dirt. Nice job by number 14, Ungren, to get up and underneath that and keep it in front of him. Unrust down 2-0. 2 balls, 1 strike. Last pitch called by the umpire. Swung and a miss. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Blickel was behind on that one as Unrust fastball got past him.
On deck is Caleb Alig as he strikes him out. So give Unrust a strikeout. And out number 2. So Paul still left out there on second base with Caleb Alig. Number 9 up to bat. Alig's had a pretty decent game as well.
Yep, been on base all 3 times. 2 walks, a double. Scored a couple of runs. Not bad for the number 8 hitter.
Not bad at all. Ball high. Takes the count. 1 ball, no strikes. Strike called. One ball, 1 strike, 2 out.
That wind is blowing straight in.
That is definitely a dangerous wind coming in for the fielders, and that's strike number 2.
Usually the wind I would think would blow out here.
I would agree.
West or southwest breeze. This one's right in our face.
It's normally a sign of bad weather to come.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a ball high. You'd think with that wind, as bad as it's kicking, that gives that speed just a little bit more coming in.
Tell you what, anything in the air will be affected.
And strikeout number 2 for Unrust. Score still remains 5-4. We'll see if the Flyers can come back and score 2 in the bottom of the 7th. We'll be right back here on NKTelco Sports.
There's a lot of early mornings that go into 40 years of service, a lot of miles on these tires, and millions of pounds of cargo have traveled in these trailers. It's about dependable service, the kind of service that shows up 30 minutes early every time, that gets your products, cargo, and business from point A to point B safely, quickly, and efficiently. We are St. Mary's Trucking, traveling the roads of commerce in Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky. Men and women who produce the solutions that make your business grow, because the most important thing to them is you. Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield, why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Schwieterman Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the surface, allowing you to grow stronger, healthier plants that root deeper, that are more resilient to the elements, that enable longer growing seasons, and can produce higher results in the fields and in your pocket. Trust CSI, your drainage experts since 1946.
Welcome back to Marion Local. We're down to our final 3 outs for the Flyers to try to come back. They need to bring at least 1 across the plate to go to extra innings. Score is 5-4. Cardinals 5 runs off 6 hits, no errors. Marion Local 4 runs, 5 hits, and that all 1 important error. That pass ball is what's the difference in this game right now.
Yeah, well, the Flyers got 2, 3, 4 coming up here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Leugers, Unrast, and Moeller, and Tinkman. Not a lot of velocity, but keeps the fastball down low and got a nice little curve to go with it. And it's going to be a challenge here, though, I think. And it'll be interesting to see what happens here with the Flyers 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up.
And number 23, Dwayne Luger's coming up to bat.
He's 2 for 2, scored a run, walked, been on base all 3 times.
Well, I guess the most important thing we should mention here is Nate Moeller is probably the happiest of all 3 that there's a different pitcher out there for him.
Yeah, Nate's been hit twice out of his 3 at-bats, and one time when he did get a hit, he hit a screecher out to center field, but was caught.
Right. So he's looking to make his first contact of the game. It's going to be 3 straight balls. So quickly, Blickel is way behind in the count. 3 balls, no strikes to the opening batter, Dwayne Lugers.
In the last inning, Tinkman, he threw 6 pitches to get the 3 outs. So
that's going to be strike number 1, so 3-1. Anything hitting the air right now could just about happen. Anything could happen with this wind. It is a steady wind coming in. That's going to be in the dirt. So advancing to first.
There's a tying
Dwayne
run.
Lugers. So tying run is on with Cole Unrust, number 6, coming up to bat. So the lefty's going to step in. He had 2 strikeouts in the last inning. Struck out 2 of them for New Bremen to keep this score 5-4.
Unrast, he had a hit in the 5th, scored a run. First inning, he was part of a double play. He ripped one to center field, and with the runner moving, they doubled the runner up, and then he hit one to left field as well in the 3rd inning for a sacrifice fly to get the Flyers' first run home.
That's another one out to center. It's in the air. Base runner came back this time. He didn't go straight for second. That swirling wind's just keeping the ball up in the air.
Yeah, the ball in the air is not going to be good news, especially one like that.
So up to bat's going to be the cleanup hitter, number 12, Nate Moeller. So we're down to 2 outs, 1 on. Tying run is on first.
Think he'll throw him a curveball to start with?
That would be a good guess.
There it is.
And strike is called. You got to give it to Moeller, though. He just stood in there and was going to take it.
Tell you what, I'd throw him another one because I don't think I'd throw a fastball down the middle on him.
No, I think he's definitely looking
ready
to jump on one.
He's ready for one.
There's a wide gap over to right. Strike 2 called.
Oh. Now maybe he'll throw one. He'll make him chase one.
So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on first is Lugers. 5-4 score. Lugers is running, and that's going to be trouble. Out number 1, and
safe.
Are they saying he's safe?
Yes.
Oh,
baby.
Don't know what our cameras caught there, but that was awful close.
Close.
So that's
Boulder's always in the middle of it, though.
that was definitely really close. So they're down to their final out. Coming up to bat's going to be number 27, Ryan Toby.
Boy, that was close at first. He barely got back.
So Marion Local still breathing life. Down to their final out.
And it'll be interesting to see what happens to Toby here if the inning continues.
I would agree. That's going to be a ball high. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs.
Tankman did a nice job of working against Moeller there. Moeller's a real good hitter, and he ripped it and he hit it hard, but he got the out.
Ball 2 called. Yep. Tankman doing a good job out on the mound. That's going to be ball 3.
Right now, Tankman is his own worst enemy.
I believe we'll have pitcher John Schmitz up next. If he's able to get on, and that's going to put him on first and second. So now your go-ahead run's on.
Now you're setting yourself up for some drama here.
Kendall Bruns in the on-deck circle warming up. John Schmitz coming up to bat. Bornhorst wants to talk to his pitcher, try to calm him down a little bit. Force out at any base at this point. The entire infield's coming in, out's coming the coach.
Well, not sure what really the discussion is going to be.
We need an out.
Need an out, yeah. Kind of regroup. Tankman,
Well, with Berkey coming out, too, everybody shifted one position, so they're all out of position of their natural position from starting the game. So it's probably just a reminder, hey, just touch the base, get the guy out. Let's worry about the guy that's batting, not so much anything else.
Right. And they also have to go over and make sure they know that the winning run is at first base. tying run is at second, ball to the outfield. Everybody's got to hit their cuts, make the plays that they need to keep the runners from getting any extra bases or possibly scoring. But it really comes down to the man in the middle of the mound, Tinkman, and what he can do here against Smits.
So Smits looking to help his own cause here.
But you also want to make sure the runners don't get the big lead, that he pitches from the stretch, that he checks his runners and does some of the basic things correctly, which he is doing.
That's going to be ball 2. So 2 pitches, 2 balls, no strikes.
Because what you don't want to have happen at second base is for the runner there to get a running lead and be able to score on virtually anything.
Strike right down the middle. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Number 6 batter up to bat. Number 26, John Smits. That's going to be right up the middle, controlled by the second baseman, and he did not. Oh, he got it in time. So they called him out, and that's the end of the ball game. Score 5-4 final here in Marion Local. We'll be back with a final wrap-up after a word from our sponsors on NKTelco Sports.
I don't know about that one.
Want more
I think
trucks
he's
for
safe.
less bucks? Buckeye Ford is your truck headquarters. Work or play, we have the truck for you. F-150s, F-250s, F-350s, and F-450s. We know trucks, and you'll always get top dollar for your trade. Get the truck you need today for less bucks at Buckeye Ford and shop over 200 new Fords and tons of pre-owned cars and trucks 24/7 at BuckeyeFord.com. Remember, you'll find more trucks for less bucks at BuckeyeFord.com. More trucks, less bucks. BuckeyeFord.com.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Welcome back to Marion Local, where the final score is Marion Local 4, the New Bremen Cardinals 5. So Cardinals looking for that first MAC win. They got it, Dave.
Yeah, Cardinals, got enough pitching from Ryan Berkey for 5, but little Justin Tankman comes in, does a nice job in relief. 6th inning, 10 pitches. Then in the 7th inning, got himself into a little bit of trouble, but he also worked himself out. They come up with a big win, and if we take a look at the star for New Bremen, and we're going to show that here in a moment, the player of the game, Luke Mondahar, defensively, 2 major plays, big-time hit in the 6th, 2 outs, base hit, knocks in 2 runs, which proved to be the winning runs for the Cardinals.
On defensive plays alone, you could have gave him player of the game, but he came through with a big bat as well. On the flip side of that?
On the flip side of that, for the Marion Local Flyers, Dwayne Loigers, sponsored here by the Corner Cafe, our player of the game. Dwayne had a couple of hits, number 2 spot in the order, and played a good game for the Flyers. He's our player of the game. It's a tough loss for the Flyers. They lost by a run to St. Henry earlier in the week. They lose by a run to New Bremen. They're looking for that somehow to get that win to kind of get them over the hump and get them going in the right direction. They've got obviously they got a pretty decent team, but just falling a little bit short right now.
I agree, but that's why we play these games. It's MAC quality baseball, and that's what we've come to expect. We'd like to thank L.J. Jellison. He was the producer for this edition of NKTelco Sports. We'd also like to thank Tyler Wolf, the camera guy. Dave Helmstetter, my co-host here. My name is Matt Everidge, and this has been another production of NKTelco Sports.